Good morning, good morning.
Hey,
Good morning.
good morning.
Let's go.
The Radio Hall of Famer, co-host of the iconic Breakfast Club, and the New York Times best-selling author, been undeading the small talk.
He is here to teach us how to have more meaningful conversations with his new book, Get Honest or Die Lying. Please welcome Charlamagne.
Thanks for having me, by the way. Good to have you here.
The thing that stands out to me when I look at this book cover, that little line, why small talk sucks.
That's right. Because it does. Like, I hate meaningless conversations, not just the meaningless conversations that people will try to have with you, just out and about, but like, we make all of these micros, macros nowadays, like all of these small subjects that we probably shouldn't be discussing. We discuss on these macro levels, and then when the macro things come across our desk, we don't even know how to discuss those things, if we even discuss them at all. So that's why I think small talk sucks. I hate it.
But what's your best advice when it comes to having those tough conversations? I mean, being honest can sometimes hurt feelings.
Well, it's just about setting a boundary, right? Like, sometimes somebody will come to you and they'll start having a conversation with you about something that you don't want to talk about. It's okay to tell that person you don't want to talk about this. It's perfectly fine. Like, it's perfectly fine to say, hey, instead of talking about that, let's talk about this. All right, if we're going to talk about that, let's try to find the actual issue that we should be discussing, especially in this era, because like everything's so celebrity driven, especially in America. So we find ourselves discussing like the celebrity of things instead of finding like what's the actual issue or idea we should be talking about this to make this a larger conversation.
Charlamagne, I got to ask you this. I was reading about you tree hugging.
Yes, sir.
I know you're a big advocate of mental health. And tell me, are you outside hugging trees? What is
Absolutely.
Oh, you really are?
Yeah, I got a whole chapter called Tree Hug the Block. Man, I got to salute my good sister Debbie Brown. Debbie Brown is a person. Her and another spiritual advisor I know named Yadi Alba. They both talk about the benefits of just going out there and like embracing nature, like doing things like taking your shoes off, taking your socks off, walking through the grass, doing grounding, right? Like they call it forest bathing in Japan. And it reduces stress levels. It helps people come out of funks of depression. And so it's just something that it's there. Like we got all of this fresh air, we got all of these trees, all of this grass, but we'd rather be in the house on our phones and our laptops. Like, no, go outside and take a deep breath.
How has it worked for you?
Oh, amazing! Look at my skin. It's fantastic, but we don't try that enough. Like, even with kids, like I grew up in Moncks Corner, South Carolina, man, on a dirt road. All we had was the outside, running around in the cornfields, running around in the woods, and like, you just think about, where you were as a child and like how much happier you were. You think you can't feel that same peace and energy as an adult? Go outside.
Shout out to South Carolina, the Palmetto State.
You already know. Go outside, man. Stop being in like verbally abusive relationships with your smartphone.
Thanks for coming on. I know one thing that I won't forget. How did it work for you? Look at my skin. It's all about
You look like a diesel Raj from what's happening. Like, the amount of laughing in here. Yo, it's been confusing me because that's like a classic shirt. I'm like, yo, you look like a diesel Raj. Like,
it is a high compliment.
I just started eating protein.
I've gotten
the right carbs.
Charlamagne, I've gotten that more than you can even imagine. And only certain people laugh. I appreciate it. Biggest laugh of the day.
Oh, I get what you're trying to say. Yeah, white people are laughing, but they don't really know what we're talking about.
Oh my goodness, Charlamagne, it's such a pleasure to have you here. And you can check him out in his book, Get Honest. It's a book tour. It is coming to a city near you.